Have you ever walked into a room and instantly sensed who held the real power, even before anyone spoke? There's no badge, no title pinned to their chest, no speech announcing their authority, yet everyone notices them. They move slowly, they take up space, and their presence alone changes the atmosphere. This is the kind of silent power that doesn't need to shout. It doesn't need approval. And the truth is, you can cultivate it too. This video will show you how to radiate power without saying a single word. Most of us were taught that power is loud, that you have to dominate conversations, interrupt others, or display aggressive confidence. But that's not true power. Real power is quiet, deliberate, and rooted in self-control. It's the ability to command respect without needing to demand it. Imagine walking into a meeting, a date, or even a conflict, and people naturally leaning in, curious about you, sensing your presence before your voice. That is the energy we're going to uncover today. Silent power begins with an inner shift. Before others believe in your presence, you have to believe in it yourself. That doesn't mean arrogance or pretending. It means cultivating a deep calm and certainty about who you are. Think of a mountain. It doesn't move when the wind blows. It stands still. People who radiate power without speaking are like that. They anchor the space instead of reacting to it. This steadiness is magnetic because most people are reactive, easily swayed by the emotions of the room. When you become the steady one, you become the center of gravity. Your body language is your first language of power. Long before you say a word, people read your posture, your gestures, your facial expressions. A hunched posture signals insecurity. Rapid movements signal anxiety. But a straight spine, relaxed shoulders, and unhurried movements signal confidence and control. Practice walking into a room slowly. Place your feet firmly. Don't rush to fill the silence. Let silence become your ally. The person who can tolerate silence is often perceived as the most confident. Eye contact is another silent force. Not the aggressive stare that tries to intimidate, but the calm, steady gaze that communicates presence. When you look at someone as though you really see them, without flinching or darting your eyes away, you project certainty. People feel it instantly. It's not about glaring. It's about holding a soft but steady connection. When you combine this with relaxed facial expressions, no forced smiles, no nervous frowns, you radiate quiet authority. Breathing is often overlooked, but it's a secret to silent power. Shallow, rapid breathing betrays nervousness. Deep, slow breathing calms your nervous system and signals composure. Before entering any room, pause and take one slow, deliberate breath. This resets your presence. You'll find your voice steadier if you do speak, and your body language naturally more grounded. Another layer of silent power is self-containment. People who radiate it don't leak their emotions everywhere. They don't fidget, overshare, or seek reassurance. They project a sense that they are full within themselves, not needing constant validation. This is attractive because, at a primal level, we equate self-containment with competence and leadership. It tells others, I can handle my own emotions. I won't crumble under pressure. Clothing and appearance also communicate silently. This isn't about expensive brands. It's about intentionality. Clothes that fit well, colors that complement your skin tone, clean shoes, and good grooming tell the world you respect yourself. When your outer presentation aligns with your inner composure, the effect multiplies. People may not consciously register the details, but they feel it. Another essential part of radiating silent power is where you place your attention. Power is not about drawing all attention to yourself. It's about controlling your own attention. Instead of scanning the room nervously, practice observing with curiosity. Notice details. Listen deeply. When you truly listen, people feel valued. And paradoxically, when you make others feel seen, your presence becomes more powerful. Silent power is never just about you. It's about the space you create for others. Boundaries are a silent declaration of self-respect. You don't have to announce them. You embody them. When you stand or sit with a certain amount of personal space, when you don't rush to agree with everything, when you take your time to respond, you're communicating that your time and energy are valuable. This doesn't come across as coldness. It comes across as self-possession. The person who doesn't jump at every demand signals strength. There's also an energetic quality to silent power that's hard to describe, but easy to feel. It's the result of inner work, self-reflection, healing old wounds, and knowing your values. When you face yourself honestly, you're less threatened by others. You don't need to prove or perform. This inner alignment creates a field of authenticity around you. People may not know why they trust you or feel drawn to you, but they do. Think of great leaders, mentors, or even friends who embody this. They don't always talk the most. They don't compete for attention. Yet, when they do speak, everyone listens. That's because their silence isn't emptiness, it's presence. And you can start cultivating it right now. Begin with your breath. Practice your posture. Slow your movements. Make eye contact that is both calm and kind. Choose your words carefully. And most of all, know your own worth so deeply that you don't have to broadcast it. Silent power also grows from consistency. It's not a performance you put on before a big meeting or date. It's a way of being. The more you practice calm presence in everyday life, waiting in line, sitting in traffic, standing in elevators, the more it becomes your natural state. Then, when you step into moments that matter, the power is already there. You're not faking it. You're simply expressing what you've built inside. Finally, remember that radiating power without words isn't about superiority. It's about influence through integrity. It's about showing up as your best self so others feel safe, inspired, or grounded around you. This kind of power is not taken from others. It's generated from within. When you embody it, you don't just command respect. You invite it naturally. Once you've built the inner foundation of calm, your silent power begins to influence everything around you. People feel safer near someone who isn't reactive. They're more open to your ideas. They respect your boundaries without you ever stating them. This is where the deeper layers of radiating power emerge. Subtle habits and mindsets that turn presence into influence. The first of these deeper habits is mastering stillness in motion. In a world addicted to speed, the person who moves deliberately stands out. When you walk, don't rush. When you sit, do so with intention. When you gesture, let your hands move slowly and purposefully. Each deliberate movement signals that you're in control of yourself and, by extension, the situation. This is not acting. It's training your nervous system to stay calm even when your environment is hectic. Another key element is pausing before you act or react. Most people fire off responses without thinking. They answer questions immediately. They defend themselves instantly. The person who pauses, even for 2 or 3 seconds, projects authority. A pause tells the other person, I am considering my response. I'm not being pulled by your energy. That small gap creates mystery and gravity. People lean in, waiting. You don't have to be slow in your thinking, only deliberate in your expression. Physical grounding techniques can help you maintain this composure. Press your feet into the floor. Relax your jaw and shoulders. Breathe into your belly. These simple cues anchor you in your body so your presence feels solid. When you're grounded, your movements naturally slow, your voice lowers, and your eye contact becomes steadier. All of this communicates silent power more effectively than any words. Another layer of silent influence is restraint. Restraint in speech, restraint in emotion, restraint in revealing everything about yourself at once. When you don't rush to fill every silence, people start to wonder what you're thinking. This isn't manipulation. It's simply giving space for others to project their own curiosity. Think of it like this. Mystery fuels respect. Familiarity without depth often breeds disregard. Silent power thrives on depth. Your inner dialogue also shapes your outer presence. If your mind is full of self-criticism or insecurity, your body leaks that energy. If your mind is calm, encouraging, and grounded, your body projects confidence effortlessly. This is why self-reflection, meditation, journaling, or therapy can be powerful allies in building silent power. By clearing the noise inside, you create clarity outside. Another underrated skill is mastering your microexpressions. These fleeting facial movements reveal your true emotions before you even know it. Practice neutral, relaxed expressions. Practice soft, genuine smiles rather than forced grins. Practice looking at someone with warm curiosity instead of judgment. These subtle cues make you approachable while still maintaining authority. Silent power also involves selective speech. When you do choose to speak, keep your words clear and purposeful. Don't rush. Don't over-explain. Speak as though each word costs you something precious. People instinctively assign more value to words delivered with intention. It's the verbal equivalent of wearing simple, elegant clothing instead of something cluttered and loud. Environment matters too. Power amplifies in spaces you've prepared. Keep your workspace tidy. Arrange your surroundings intentionally. Walk into rooms a few moments early so you're not rushed. These choices subtly communicate leadership. They tell others that you respect your own time and theirs. Even lighting, scent, and sound can affect how your presence is received. Another sign of silent power is emotional containment during conflict. When someone criticizes you, can you stay composed? When someone raises their voice, can you keep yours steady? This doesn't mean suppressing your feelings. It means channeling them through discipline. People trust the person who can remain calm under pressure far more than the one who explodes or retreats. Calm under fire is the ultimate silent statement of strength. Then there's generosity. True power doesn't hoard, it gives. When you radiate power without words, your gestures of kindness, your willingness to listen, and your ability to lift others quietly make a profound impact. People sense the difference between performative generosity and grounded generosity. One seeks validation. The other is rooted in self-possession. The latter builds loyalty and respect far deeper than intimidation ever could. Authenticity is the foundation that holds all of this together. Silent power without authenticity feels like manipulation. With authenticity, it feels like integrity. That's why your internal values must guide your external presence. If you're faking confidence or kindness, people's intuition picks it up. But if you've done the work to know yourself and align your actions with your principles, your presence naturally radiates trust. Practice micro moments daily. In an elevator, stand tall and breathe slowly. When waiting in line, hold your phone at your side instead of hunching over it. When greeting someone, pause, look them in the eye, and smile slightly before speaking. These tiny habits accumulate into a quiet but undeniable power. Over time, they shift your default state from anxious to composed, from reactive to centered. Remember also that power is not domination. Its influence is born of self-mastery. It's the ability to affect others positively without force. When you radiate this kind of power, you inspire calm in anxious rooms, you draw respect from confident people, and you invite openness from the shy. This is a leadership that anyone, no matter their title, can embody. As you integrate these practices, you'll notice changes. People will wait for you to speak instead of talking over you. They'll respect your time more. They'll treat your words as valuable because your silence has already demonstrated value. This is the paradox of silent power. The less you try to project it, the more it grows. It's not an act you put on. It's a state you cultivate. If you followed along so far, pause for a moment. Straighten your posture. Breathe slowly. Notice how your body feels. This is the seed of silent power, presence in the now. You don't need permission. You don't need to earn it. It's already within you, waiting to be expressed. So now I want to ask you, which of these principles resonates with you the most? Is it mastering your body language, controlling your breathing, practicing restraint, or aligning your inner and outer worlds? Share your reflections in the comments below. Your insight might help someone else who's learning to embody their own silent power. And as you go back into your daily life, remember this. Radiating power without saying a word is not about becoming untouchable. It's about becoming fully present, deeply grounded, and authentically yourself. The more you embody these qualities, the less you'll need to convince anyone of your worth. They'll feel it before you speak. If this video has sparked a new perspective or inspired you to take action, give it a like and subscribe to the channel for more explorations into psychology, self-mastery, and the art of living deeply. Together, we can create a space where presence speaks louder than words.